As the countdown goes down to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our debut show. It is, as the screen says, X's Espresso. Here we go. There we go. We got the official mug here, Explorers Espresso. I can always change the title. It'll work. I'm Dan Vaughn. I'm the voice of the Sioux City Explorers. I'm glad you're along on a Tuesday here at the ballpark. We're out looking over the parking lot here, but sun is out, a little warm today. I learned something new today too. I didn't realize this, but apparently, now this is according to our friends at KSCJ in the newsroom, that apparently, and I'll give you this fun fact of the day, that apparently corn, because that's our big crop, has a lot of water and it creates humidity. I didn't know this. Learning something new. Glad you're along. What are we going to do in this show? What's going to be going on? Let me explain to that. We're going to go through that here and kind of give you the debut show and what we're going to be doing Monday through Friday around this time. Now, it's a little flexible. I want to do it noon to, the noon hour. 12 is close to 12 as possible. That way you guys have got lunch. You can grab a cup of coffee. That's what it is. A little coffee going right here as we froze up. There we go. Froze up there, but got a little coffee going. Look at me as your baseball barista, okay? I'm that guy. That's what I am for you. I'm brewing up a whole show of Explorers coffee on a Monday through Friday basis. On the weekends, it's a little tougher. Weekends usually have a Sunday early game. It really cuts into the prep for the broadcast. Saturday, give everybody gets up and kind of sleeps in on Saturday, so we kind of cut it down on Saturday. On days we travel, we're probably not going to be doing the show either. But in general, Monday through Friday, we're going to be doing this every day at midday. And what we're going to do, it's pretty simple. I'm going to give you a story the night before, maybe a preview of the ball game coming up, any breaking news that happens, anything on the promotions front you didn't know about, just a real catch up, and hopefully a guest or two along the way. Now and then you might see Steve Montgomery stop by. You might see us on the hotel lobby, and you might see I don't know. I might see Nate Gherkin walk into the hotel lobby in Lincoln, and I might say, "Hey, Nate, jump on." I'll throw a microphone on him, and we'll do that. So there's always those possibilities. And when we're on the road, this show will also see behind the scenes, for example. In Lincoln, I'll use Lincoln again as an example. If we're in Lincoln and the Haymarket area is where we stay, there by the ballpark, and we'll go down the street and shoot it, this show live at the Mill, which is a coffee shop there in Lincoln. That's just an example of what we do. Over the years, I've shot this show in other locations. I've shot this show from Sioux City, from across the river, there on the Nebraska side with the city looking behind me. I've shot this show on Lake Michigan, Michigan Avenue, the 6'4" Museum in Texas. I mean, we've really taken this thing over the years with my previous stops. So to give you an example, what I mean by that, this concept of live social media was done first in the league by the Gary South Shore Railcats back on the old Twitter platform, which would have been, well, Twitter's not old, but it'd be the old Twitter had a deal, and you could, it was a little simpler kind of deal, but it was before Facebook Live. Facebook kind of picked it up and took over that Twitter spot. We did that as early as 2014. I was doing that for the Gary South Shore Railcats, took it to Kansas City, and now we're going to do it in Sioux City. We're going to talk X's baseball every day. And again, it could be pretty simple, nothing more than last night's highlights, quick setup of the next day, or you guys ask questions and it's your show. Hey, what's going on? How is so and so? How is Mitchell Verberg? Right? How's his leg? What's the plan with the ball club? What do you think's going on? And I want to know what you guys think. I'll ask you questions. We'll go back and forth. So the chat line is open. It is your show. If you guys want to jump on real quickly here, I'll make sure that we're up and we're able to do this quickly. This is sort of a test case show, but I want to give you guys sort of the idea of what we'll do. And I'm going to pull this up so we can but I want to give you guys an idea what we'll do. But you can chat, you can jump in. You have a question about me, about the team, about anything about your exes. I'm here to help you out as best I can. But let's see here and pull the page up here. Because we are live. There we go. And I'll bring myself down there so I don't have to hear myself. But if you have questions or comments, again, it is your show. And look at me as your baseball barista. That's what we do. We will chat X's. Now, you're also going to see stretches where we're going to be doing some highlights and that kind of deal. Over the weekend, Austin did cut up a highlight reel. I am waiting for it in code because it was a little long. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up here for us. I gave you an idea of what's going to be happening, so you get an idea of what we. Let's see here. Where is that going to be? I got load it into the system, but again, it's your show, so I'll take your questions and comments quickly here. But again, it's something that I love. I love this stuff. This is the stuff we couldn't do before. We can do it now, and just it's a really changing a world of media that we live in. Here we go. Let's pull this up here. I think this will be what I'm looking for. I do believe. There we go. It'll load the system. I'm going to play the highlights over the weekend that Austin did have, and you'll get an example. So, for example, tomorrow, we'll come away tomorrow, and we'll look at the plays of the game. We'll go back and look at the game. I don't want to rehash the entire weekend, but on Mondays we'll do that. Again, and we have the right to kind of, on a Monday off day, take an off day as well. It doesn't mean we'll always do that, but we will from time to time. So, anyway, that'll be coming up in just a moment. But that's what we do. Explorers Expresso may be the better way. I may change that because this is all kind of new as far as the title and all that. We're kind of fluid with it. But you're going to be talking Explorers. Yeah, great to see you. Thank you, David. Good friend of our David is back on the East Coast, and maybe see him rolling through Sioux City at some point, right? It's something that I wanted to do when I got this job. Now, to pull the curtain back, I've only been there about 3 weeks, and it took a little time to get some of the other things going first. And we're going to add some things to it. And I know we're working through some broadcast stuff too. But again, look at it as your coffee show of choice for baseball. And you can come and go as well. You can watch this in replay. You didn't get a chance to see it. It was a bad time for you. You can jump on, check it out, replay whenever you want to. We're also dual streaming it at some point to our YouTube page. Right now, that's actually going to my YouTube page, but we're getting it out there. One more thing coming as well that I want to give you guys, and I don't know if you guys know what I've ever seen this. Chicago does this. Cleveland does it a little bit, but it's something I've loved to do over the years. That's a booth camp. So you're going to have our KSCJ broadcast on the radio, AA Baseball TV on the video stream, and then you'll have a booth camp. And when we're in, for example, Fargo, you'll see us in the booth or see me in the booth, and behind me will be Hawkeye. He'll be making faces at me. I mean, it's kind of a behind the scenes, what goes on in the broadcast. Some folks love that stuff, so we'll be adding that too as well as we kind of add some things. Again, a late start, and that's what happens sometimes when you guys know this, when you get a late start in anything, you got to play catch up. We're playing catch up right now. We're doing that for you, Bill. We'll do that, and looking forward to having you folks joining us throughout the season. All right, let's take a look over the weekend. What happened? This is Austin. Did a great job with his highlight reel. Let me bring this down real quickly here. I'm going to give you guys the highlights from the weekend. Here's how things looked on Sunday.
That's the play. Here's the 3-2 payoff. Get out to in right field. Drifting back at the warning track. At the wall. This ball's gone. See you later. Solo home run. Vince Fernandez. He will touch him all. Oh, man. That'll tie things up here in the second. See you later. Right-handed. 0-1. Here's a hit out to a right field, drifting back at the warning track, at the wall. This ball's going to be gone. See you later. A 3-run home run for Matt Lloyd. He's got his 7th. RBIs 22, 23, 24. See you later. Off the bat, that was pretty much gone right there, didn't you? See you later. Do. Ground ball right side, ranging over. Casser's there. He's up with the throw and off balance. He got him. Oh, yeah. How about that? And score again. Line to left. That's a base hit. RBI for Matt Lloyd is 25th. Scoring from third is Casser. The X's pull within 1 here. This 5th inning. Kind of issues injury-wise. Here's a ground ball to the back at second. That got on through. Bringing home 1 run. Rounding is another. Throw from center field. It will be cut off, and the X's have a lead. Up in. Cooper Jr. from the left side. Gets it out toward the left side of the infield. That'll drift in foul territory. Long run over, and real nice diving play. How about Matt Lloyd? Lloyd contorts his body and spins around and makes the play, and he's helped up by Delvin Zim. Boy, he didn't give up on that one. He was running out of room, too.
And the highlights from the weekend, that was from Saturday. Good stuff right there. Appreciate Austin Thomas, who's done a phenomenal job. And you hear Austin's fine work on our broadcast on the road games as great work over the weekend. Just a little highlight reel from Saturday and Sunday, mostly Sunday games. Actually, that was boy, Matt Lloyd, great play defensively. You forget that Matt Lloyd is a first baseman, more or less. He's playing third like he's been playing third forever. I mean, this guy is talented. And boy, we're going to miss him when that stretch he's gone with the Canadian national team to play down in the qualifying tournament, which will be down in Argentina for the Pan Am Games, which are next October and November. So he'll be gone along with Jake Sanford for about a couple of weeks. They'll go to Dunedin, Florida, where the Blue Jays are, and then we'll see them in a couple of weeks when they get back. They're not gone yet. They'll leave next week, but still got them for the time being. Questions, comments here. If you want to chime in, I'd love to hear from you. Jump in. Let me know what you're thinking about this ball club. Again, great highlights there. And I want to do a couple things. I'm doing a little, that doesn't look too good, does it? Let's do this. Let's try it this way. I don't like it. I don't like that. I look small, don't I? Don't look small. Let's do that. There. Better. Yeah. I don't know. Just kind of doing a plan around here. I've got new logos and new toys. I'm like, yeah, it's like new stuff to play around with. So we're looking forward to bringing you all kinds of fun stuff. Again, this thing is got a lot of possibilities. What we can do. There we go. See, I like that. You don't hear me. Then you see me. That's not too bad. That looks bad. That's okay. It's hard to tell because when I did this yesterday, that didn't look terrible, right? That looks okay, right? Looks all right. Of course, the highlights aren't going on, but you guys get the idea. So bear with me as I it's just like, there we go, getting the whole new toy here. But again, questions, comments, I'll give you guys a moment. Broadcast tonight at 6:35. That's on KSCJ. We usually join, and it depends on the city. Now, for example, here, our guys, Matt and them, company, they start us pretty early. Basically, when I start going, they start streaming. Cleburne, for example, was like that. Whenever Cleburne actually, when we went on the air on the road stream when they went on the air. King County, we went on when the national anthem went on. So it all kind of depends where we're at. So if you want to hear the pregame, and that's where I really love to dive in the history of Sioux City and the Explorers and the old Cowboys and Packers and all that, you're going to get that in the pregame show. And that's going to start at 6:35 and our first pitch at 7:05 on KSCJ, AA Baseball TV. And we'll come your way tonight. For the ballpark, I know Steve Montgomery joins us the first game of every series. He'll join us tonight as Austin Drury facing Akeem Bostic. Bostic, a big right-hander from South Carolina who lives down in Texas now. Bostic, who one of those guys that had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. You're asking yourself, why is he not still there? 2 years ago, he was in the big leagues for a couple of days, got a win, got a couple innings in relief, scoreless relief, and then was DFA'd. He pitched well in the big leagues the short time he was there and got DFA'd, designated for assignment. Former Astros farmhand, Mets farmhand, and he's a big fella. He's really basically their de facto leader in their pitching staff. He's a guy that is one of those guys. You think of Salmon Bates sort of being that guy for us. He's that guy for them. Very much the top of the order guy. And we did not see him the last time, but he was a big acquisition for Sioux Falls in the offseason for the Canaries, trying to bolster their pitching staff. And he'll go tonight against Austin Drury. Expect to see Jared Weatherby tomorrow with the off day. I understand, according to Steve Montgomery, with the off day, we will see Salmon Bates on Thursday, and then TBA opening day, opening the series in Milwaukee on Friday. So that's the way it shapes up right now as far as where we're going. As far as the Canaries are concerned, quickly, they'll throw Harden tomorrow, TBA on, well, let's see here. Yeah, TBA on Thursday. But again, it's a lot of moving parts for both ball clubs. They're trying to make some shuffling, and there'll also be some shuffling, I'm sure, for both rosters going forward, especially now knowing that you're going to have both Lloyd and Sanford gone for a bit. You're going to have to make some changes. Other note, Yuri Perez, over the weekend, there is a roster spot available right now. He was released over the weekend, so there is an opening there. And the X's were already playing a little shorthanded anyway. So although Verberg's not on the disabled list, he's not available. So you are a little limited down there. And as we mentioned over the weekend, with Francis Peguero in the bullpen, you've got an opening there too. So, I mean, you've got some things moving, and I expect to see some names added here as we get along here on the next day or so. And we'll update you that the pregame show tonight on KSCJ and AA Baseball TV. Now, tomorrow, we'll do this again tomorrow. I'm going to kind of walk you guys through it. We'll look at the highlights the night before and get you ready for the broadcast tomorrow night. Same time, high noon on Wednesday, rather. Now, if you guys think you want to do this at a different time, I'm all ears. Harden, good arm. Yeah, good arm. He's a good young arm. Kevin Luca with this week in the association is a good arm through Weld against Fargo. And, I expect to see him throw. I've heard good things. So, he's going tomorrow. Thank you, Kevin, for that update as well. Appreciate it. I will take a last call for questions and comments. You guys want to jump in here and anything about the show, about what we're doing here, what exactly is the plan. And again, Monday through Friday, when we go on the road, even at home, we're going to do this. And we're going to it may be a short conversation like today. We may get off in a rabbit hole and talk about all kinds of crazy stuff that you guys want to talk about. It's your show. It's your team. This is your channel. We want interaction with the fans. We want you guys to be into it. And don't be nervous to chime in. You want to tell me that I'm terrible? I'm fine with that. Tell me I'm great. I'm fine with that too. You want to tell me how great the X's are? I love that. Do that and tell me how great they are, because I do believe they're great. I want to give you three things in closing as we, again, fire off anything you got. I want to give you some silver linings here, because 11-11, this team got off to a really good start and now find themselves 11-11, really kind of snake bit right now. I mean, to be honest with you, the team is just not they've had some bad breaks. 8 ball games, 8 losses have been decided by 2 runs or less. I mean, that to me is you need a coffee shop sponsor. Yeah, I've actually got a couple. This one right here, this place locally. That's one possibility. Why is my camera flipped? Is it flipped? I guess it is. I should probably flip the camera. That'd probably be a good idea. No, I guess I did it right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I thought so. I was about to say, did I flip it wrong? I'm looking into that. That's the one thing about not going to Sioux Falls, Kevin, that I love. Sioux Falls has got a great shop downtown called the Roasteria, I believe. And I always shoot it down. There's got great natural lighting coming in from the street. And oftentimes I'll turn the camera around. You'll see folks just cruising by, walking by. But this guy, we got some decent lighting in here. I mean, it's a little better back in the back here. A little bit. Oh. But need a cut. We need a sponsor. I agree. But we'll work around that best we can. Again, the three things I want to give you, and these are all in no particular order, but these are things that, again, your team, where we are right now, it's a little, you're some concern there. I mean, yes, right? I mean, after going 8-2, things have been rough. And the next, it's these 10 game segments. Well, I want to give you a couple of things to be excited about. First thing is, in a real quiet way in Cleveland and carried over into the series this weekend, this club's starting to score some runs. Starting to score some runs, hit the ball well, and the power numbers are climbing. We also saw prior to the Cleveland series, the speed factor was also in play. Now, granted, runners in scoring position in late innings have been rough, but in general, this club is they erased two 5-1 leads over the weekend. And I looked up the box score 7 runs on 9 hits, 7 runs on 10 hits, things like that. Those numbers more times than not are going to get you wins. So my first thing I'm going to tell you is the silver lining is the offense is getting better. Now, are they going to be Fargo numbers or Kansas City numbers? They don't have to be, because I believe the strength of this ball club is going to be, once everybody's healthy and once the pieces are in place, pitching-wise, strength of this ball club will be back to the pitching. Can you imagine how good Kane County would be if Kane County, as the league's best pitching staff, had anything close to the offense that the X's have? I mean, their offense is batting 209. King County's, they get just enough. They scratch enough runs out this weekend. Now, King County had a really good weekend against Sioux City. The X's had a really not their best weekend pitching wise, and really after that Cleveland series, those 2 ball games, it's been a bit of a rough go. But I'm here to tell you, the calling cards of Steve Montgomery's ball clubs over the years have been the pitching staff. If this club hits 265, 270, somewhere in there, and keeps ERA around 4, you're going to be fine. So number one is the offense picking things up should balance out with the solid pitching staff. That's number one. Number two, and Steve Montgomery told us this 2 weeks ago. You can't, you don't lose a division. You don't lose or win a division in June and May. But you sure had, you sure as that put yourself on the 8 ball. You can put yourself so far back. You play all summer playing catch up. Cleveland last year had to go on a heck of a run to get out of the cellar. They got to a dreadful start, made the playoffs as a wild card, but they had no room for error. I will tell you, the 8-2 start we got off to bought you a little bit of a lull time. I mean, you're still 500 right now. There's a big 9-game road trip coming up in a week from now, or end of next week. Not this weekend, but next. It's not a make or break trip now because you got off to a good start. It's a can we turn things around trip and stay in it? I think you're staying in it because you got off to a good start. So the other silver lining is your good start has afforded you a little bit of leeway here. It's a lot like a championship coach who wins a national championship or wins a title and has a couple of, a little bit of a downtime. You've earned the benefit of the doubt. Your body of work that got you to this point, you're in the benefit of the doubt. So I would tell you, number two, that is the place too. The other thing that I think that I think that you guys should know about, the third little piece of the puzzle, is that, I've worked with 3 really solid managers in this league. All 3 were very unique, but all 3 have one thing in common. They work their tails off. And I'll tell you, that's the third piece of the puzzle. Steve Montgomery is working his tail off to work these phones. And what you got to understand is what's different about us and what we do in the American Association than, say, Omaha or Des Moines or Northwest Arkansas, whatever. Give me a club, give me an affiliated club out there, wherever that is. We have the ability to control what we do in our roster. It's not a phone call to the big club in the big city. It's not a call of farm director. We're not being told who to play, when, where, and why. We're not being sent players up and down the ladder. That's not the case. We are about winning. That's what it matters here. And I can tell you that this guy and this staff and what Bobby and Josh and Steve are doing are diving into that virtual Rolodex. Remember Rolodexes? Remember those, right? We used to have Rolodexes, right? Their virtual Rolodex, which is their contact list, their phone. And they make calls in January and February that guys perhaps took the call but said, you know what, I want to try to make it a go with the Double-A with the Diamondbacks, for example. I'm just throwing that out there. And they now find themselves released. Or as we move along the summertime, is they make space for the draft, which is later now. Guys get released, and suddenly they make that phone call. Also, there are guys on this roster who have mates playing other places who may find themselves released or unhappy or in a place where they're not sure what their career is, what's ahead of them. And they're going to make a phone call because players talk. Players in management talk. And, I'm throwing this out there. Player A had an old teammate before who he still talks to, who is asking, hey, how are things in Sioux City? Hey, how are things in the American Association? And player A is giving a glaring report about what's going on here and what the culture is with the Explorers. And that is part of the whole puzzle. So those three things I'll tell you: offense improvement dramatically. B, the fact that this early start affords you a little bit of a lull. And C, players talk, and you throw that in the mix with what Steve Montgomery and company are doing down there to make those phone calls. They're not going to just sit there. You don't sit there in this league and go, well, that's our roster, folks. That's what you do in Northwest Arkansas or South Bend or wherever. That's what you do in the Pacific Coast League. You got to wait for the big league club to send you whoever. And it's good baseball. Don't get me wrong. It's the second highest level of baseball, the PCL, but it's not, about winning and losing. Yeah, they want to win. Sure, they're going to win. They're going to go for the line and high five. But here it's about winning. It matters. This league cares about that and about pushing guys into the next level. I mean, we've seen a couple of guys leave Fargo already this week. It looks like this summer is going to be a lot more traction in the player transfer department than we had last year. But still a pretty good high price tag, around $15,000, I believe. But that high price tag is seeing some movement already. There are guys being purchased. That wasn't the case last year. So you're already seeing that. And that's good news. Because again, what you want to see, and I'm going to preach this time and time again, if anybody knows me and what I've done, I preach this, the more players that get sent away to affiliated baseball, the better your club's going to be. That doesn't make sense, but you got to think about it in the terms of where these guys are trying to go. And you lose a really good player A, another good player A is coming in because he wants that same experience and they want to win. So I throw all these things out there just kind of as a big piece of where we're at right now, where we stand. Anyway, last call, questions, comments. We're all good there. Tomorrow we'll do this again. We'll be right at noon because we got all the technicals out of the way. I think we're good. Again, if you want to reach me, you can reach me here at the ball club, and I'll give you my email, and I'll put it in the chat real quickly here. If you have a question or comment, I'll put the email here, and you can reach out and tell me what you guys want to hear and what you guys want to talk about. Did I spell baseball right? I hope I did. I think I did. If I didn't spell baseball right, well, then I don't need to be doing this job, right? Let's see. Did I put it right? Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, Vaughn at X's Baseball. I did spell it right. Look at me. There you go. There's my email. You can email me. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook. We've got Instagram. We got it all. And I know the crew outside the hallway are doing a great job. They're social. I'm trying to add some things behind the scenes, things like this. We're all doing that as a big one happy family doing that here. xsbaseball.com for tickets. You got to go there, right? xsbaseball.com for tickets. And also the box office right outside the window here. It's right out here. You can come see us as well. Love to have you out. Sioux Falls in town. It's that rivalry that goes back to the 1880s. Yes, it goes back that far. Lincoln and Sioux Falls have played Sioux City in baseball more times than any place else in this part of the country. Des Moines and Omaha are third and fourth, but this is because these two clubs have faced the American Association, the Northern League, and also in various baseball leagues before, along with Lincoln. There's a long history there of baseball between these two cities. The I-29 rivalry, the Siouxland rivalry, whatever you want to call it, Fans will be fired up. And I know the players will be ready to get this thing turned around. First of a 3-game series with those Yellow Birds from up the road in Sioux Falls. All righty. Good to see you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. High noon tomorrow. Give your have your coffee. I guess I'll put it in the cup tomorrow. Your baseball barista. That's right. That's me, Dan Vaughn, voice of the Sioux City Explorers. I'll see you tomorrow. And, hey, see you at the ballpark. Go X's. Unfortunately, by the way, I don't have a closing video. I'm working on that, but we'll get to that. But while we're doing that, let's play the closing highlights again. We'll give you one more look. If you missed them earlier, here are the highlights from yesterday. See you on the broadcast. Not everybody.
That's the play. Here's the 3-2 payoff. Get out to it right field. Drifting back at the warning track. At the wall. This ball's gone. See you later. Solo home run. Vince Fernandez. He will touch him all. Oh, man. That'll tie things up here in the second. See you later. Right-handed. 0-1. Here's a hit out toward right field. Drifting back at the warning track. At the wall. This ball's going to be gone. See you later. A 3-run home run for Matt Lloyd. He's got his 7th. RBIs 22, 23, 24. See you later. On the bat, that was pretty much gone right there, didn't you? See you later. Ground ball right side, ranging over. Castor's there. He's up with a throw and off balance. He got him. Oh, yeah. How about that? And score again. Line to left. That's a base hit. RBI for Matt Lloyd is 25th. Scoring from third is Castor. The X's pull within 1 here in this 5th inning. Kind of issues injury-wise. Here's a ground ball to the back at second. That got him through. Bringing home 1 run. Rounding is another. Throw from center field. It will be cut off, and the X's have a lead. Up in. Cooper Jr. from the left side. Gets it out toward the left side of the infield. That'll drift in foul territory. Long one over, and real nice diving play. How about Matt Lloyd? Lloyd contorts his body and spins around and makes the play, and he's helped up by Delvin Zim. Boy, he didn't give up on that one. He was running out of room.